Hi there, how's going? Welcome back. Today I'm not alone. I have a special guest. She is an American English teacher and she also has a YouTube channel that's called Speak Confident English. And I'm very excited about this conversation for many reasons, but especially because I look it up to Emery and also because I think that the topic is really useful. So let's get started. Hi, Anne-Marie. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Oh, welcome to Learn English with Claudia Castello. And today I'd like to talk about traveling because I'm pretty sure that people struggle with some kinds of questions, situations. So I think that's a great and useful topic to talk about.
Yeah.
So, let's get started.
Great.
So the first one is, let's suppose we are at the airport and I'm gonna ask you some information. So, hey, sorry to bother you, but can you tell me where the food court is, please?
Absolutely. So most of the time in an airport, there would be a food court in a central area. So someone might respond and say, there's a food court at the end of the terminal. So the terminal is usually that long area where you have all the different gates. So the gate is where you go to wait for your airplane. And again, most of the time, the food courts are at the end or in the central part of a terminal. So someone, if you asked me in the airport, I would probably say, oh, there's one at the end of the terminal or at the center of the terminal.
Okay, great.
Or I might say, go to the end of this terminal, take a left or take a right, and you'll see the food court there.
Okay. So the second question is, hi, can you tell me where the check-in is, please?
So again, depending on the airport, the check-ins are usually on a different level. So I might say, oh, the check-ins are on the lower level of the airport, or they're one floor up. So someone would have to take an elevator or an escalator up to another level. So it might be, oh, they're on the lower level, you have to take the escalator down, or they're on the upper level, you have to take the escalator up.
Okay, awesome. And oh my gosh, the next one is, I'm a little bit nervous. Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
Hello, can you tell me where the baggage claim is, please?
So the baggage claim is on the lower level of the building. Just follow all the signs that you see up above that say baggage claim, and they'll take you right there. Or, Claudia, depending on the airport, so of course some airports are really big and there are multiple buildings. So you, in some cases, for example, in some of the larger cities in the US, you might have to take a shuttle or a train. And if that were the situation, I would tell someone, oh, you have to get on the shuttle and go to Terminal B, or you have to get on the airport train and go to Terminal B or Terminal D, but follow the baggage claim signs and they'll lead you in the right direction.
Okay, thank you. And hi, can you tell me where's the boarding area is, please?
So the boarding area, of course, it would depend on your flight, but the word that we always use in English is gate. So depending on where you're flying to, it might be gate 21 or gate B21 if it's in Terminal B and the number 21 or 7 or whatever the number is. But someone would usually use the word gate. So they might look at your ticket if you're feeling lost. They might look at your ticket with you and say, oh, you're at gate B17. So just go down to Terminal B and look for gate 17. And that's always your boarding area.
Okay. And then let's suppose we are on the plane. I am the passenger and you are the flight attendants. So I'm gonna ask you some information, not some information, but I'm gonna ask you for some things like, hi, can I have Coke, please?
Certainly, I'll be right back with that.
Okay. Or may I have some water, please?
Of course, I'll be right back with that.
Thank
And
you.
this is, I'm using an expression to be right back with something. So if I will be right back with it, it means I'm going to go to the little kitchen on the airplane, get the Coke, get the water, come back or return to you and give it to you. So I'll be right back with your Coke, or I'll be right back with your water.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good to know. And excuse me, could you bring me a blanket, please?
Sure, I'll be right back with the blanket. So I'm using that same expression. And another way to think about it is it means, yes, I will go get a blanket and I will return to you immediately. I will be right back with the blanket, the Coke, the water.
Okay. And can I get headsets, please?
Of course, I'll bring you some shortly.
Okay. And Anne-Marie, to say thank you is not enough. And I'd like to ask you if you can talk about your channel, and if you can also give some advice to Brazilian students.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, it would be my pleasure. And I have so many lovely, wonderful Brazilian students. So I'm super excited to be chatting with you today. So I'm Anne Marie with Speak Confident English, and I've been an English language fluency coach and confidence coach for more than 20 years. It's been my profession for a long time. I started Speak Confident English in 2014. And I have a YouTube channel. If you look for Speak Confident English on YouTube, or you can go to my website, speakconfidentenglish.com. Every Wednesday, I share a new lesson. And everything that I do at Speak Confident English is focused on helping individuals get the confidence they want for their life and their work in English. Because I know, like many of my students, you can study for years and years and years and years and years and practice with grammar books, learn vocabulary, and everything can sound perfect in your mind. And you think, oh, my English is great. It's awesome. And then you try to speak and everything's gone and you lose that confidence. It's frustrating. It's discouraging. It can be embarrassing. I've had all of those experiences in my second language. So I really understand how hard it is to develop that real confidence and trusting that all of your work, all of the time that you've spent was worth it. And so that's what we do. Everything we do is designed to help students build that confidence so that they can express themselves, feel comfortable in conversations, develop meaningful friendships and relationships, share their expertise the way you are on your English channel. So that's what we do. In terms of advice, when it comes to confidence, I don't have a magic answer. Everybody wants something fast and simple and easy, and sadly it doesn't exist. But one of my favorite things, and this is something I do with all of my students, and it's really difficult, not difficult, it's easy to do, but it can be uncomfortable sometimes. But I really recommend, no matter where you live, whether you're in Brazil or living abroad, no matter where you live, practice speaking to yourself and always record it. And then here's the challenging part, listen to it.
Oh, cool.
We don't like to listen to our own voice. Right. It feels uncomfortable and we think, oh, I don't like the way I sound, or I don't know if I said that right. And the reason I ask students to do that, there's two reasons. Number one, if you don't have an opportunity to practice with other people, if you think, oh, I live in Brazil, I don't have the chance to speak English, this is a chance for you to practice speaking. And again, you can just use your phone. And one of the things I tell my students to do is like a daily journal, but instead of writing, speak. And you're getting that speaking practice. You're thinking about grammar, thinking about vocabulary. You can even practice specific questions. I have a link on my website I can share with you where I have a 30-day speaking challenge with specific questions. And I tell students, Every day, choose a question and record yourself.
Okay, cool.
So you're getting that speaking practice and you're thinking about, again, your grammar, your vocabulary, the pronunciation. When you go back and listen to it, the first response will be, oh my gosh, I don't like the way I sound. This is so uncomfortable. It's so difficult.
Yeah.
Everyone
we have
yeah. And everyone has that feeling. But the good news is you can delete the recording. Nobody has to listen to it. It's just for you.
Yeah.
But it gives you the opportunity to evaluate your ability. And when we go back and listen, we can think, oh, I made a grammar mistake. I should have used the past simple, or I wish I used a different word. And in that process, you're learning to correct your own mistakes and you're activating all of that knowledge that you have. So you're building up that skill and you're building up that knowledge of the things that you've studied in the past they're here, and now you're making it easier to use those grammar rules or that vocabulary. So that's one reason I recommend that you record yourself and listen. The second reason is, again, we usually don't like our voice. And maybe we don't like our accent. We're not sure how we sound. So most of my students are naturally shy, naturally introverted and shy. And they often speak much softer, much more quietly. And if we feel nervous, if we don't like our voice, we feel nervous, we're uncomfortable, we speak more softly. And then other people can't hear us clearly. And so we say something and someone says, what was that? I didn't, and we think, oh, my English is terrible. It's my accent, but it's not your English and it's not your accent. It's that you were so quiet because you were nervous. And so one of the other reasons I love my students recording themselves is they begin to develop some comfort with their voice. They begin to feel comfortable with the sounds they're making. And then in conversations, they don't speak so quietly anymore. Oh. And as a result, people don't say, what was that? I didn't hear you very well. They don't say that so often because you're speaking with more enunciation, more articulation. So it helps on multiple levels. And that is my number one piece of advice. It's the number one thing I recommend to do if you're just getting started in developing your confidence.
Oh, those were great tips. So thank you so much again.
Yeah, my pleasure.
I have no words to say thank you.
Claudia, you don't have to, it's my pleasure. Absolutely my pleasure.
Thank you so much for taking part of this conversation today for the video. And well, I was delighted to talk to you. So that's it. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Claudia. Thank you.
I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.